break. I'm sorry if I rushed you and made you sort of drink coffee, blow your hair up, not tea, blow your hair up. Me talk sorry. We'll start now. Yeah. So we'll start. It's 11:15. We have two presenters for the after tea break session. One of them would be DO Accounting Services, Mr. Alexander Dogo. He's the principal for DO Business Consultants. So Mr. Dogo is our registered IRC registered tax agent. Become talks one more services I'm offering. So again, as I mentioned earlier on, for the IRC, the only people who can act on our behalf and no other middleman or third party would be our registered tax agents. So DO business consultants, IRC Mipla Luxavelo, some tax agents Blomipla. They are given a tax agent number and they are allowed to do books on behalf of clients for us. So without further ado, I'll allow him to come. After him, we will have our presenter from Number One Super. Mr. Daw, thank you.
Thank you, MC. Good morning. Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. I welcome you all in this 12th session. I take this time to thank the IRC Commissioner General, Mr. Sam Coim, with his whole SBT and the General Tax Awareness team for giving us this great opportunity to promote the tax agency services here in this session. Tax agency service is also available to assist small and micro and SMEs, businesses, MSMEs in our market today, working closely and hand in hand with IRC and other stakeholders such as the Investment Promotion Authority and other government agencies, the commercial banks, and other financial institutions. I believe this 4-day seminar has provided you with very detailed information and knowledge about taking care of your tax affairs for your businesses, along with the knowledge of other government agencies and stakeholders, services that are also promoting the growth of SMEs in PNG today. And let me tell you, the sweetest part of it was that you had to receive it free of charge. Is that right? So another big thanks to the Commissioner General for that. Let's give a round of applause. I believe this 4-day seminar, yes, has prepared you well enough for after we leave these sessions, we'll be tax compliant. My presentation this morning is under tax agent services, and I represent one of the tax agency operable in PNG. IRC currently can we get this click? Okay. The IRC currently has 116 registered tax agents in Papua New Guinea, today providing their own services at their own fees to the general public and the business community, business houses at large. You would find me on the second spot, Alexander Dogo. I'm a sole trader, trading as DO Business Consultants. Okay? So I will be presenting today, the content of my presentation will be, firstly, I'll share with you the benefits of tax agency services, SME challenges over the last 5 years since 2016, government assistance to SME, ease of regulatory issues and administration burdens, and close up with the services that we provide as tax agent. So the benefit of engaging the services of tax agents by taxpayers such as yourselves, it allows you as a taxpayer extension of time for the tax returns to be lodged. That's a benefit, but it comes at a cost. IRC gives it for free, but we charge for our professional service, the knowledge. Okay, so extension of time for tax return to be lodged can minimize the tax penalty. Right. Extension of time for tax return to be lodged can minimize tax penalties. When you engage tax agents, they assist you to minimize by providing the correct information to IRC. Saves your time for developing the growth of your business. So you invest in, you save your time. You value that you get from time saving. You concentrate on growing your business, the SME. So you give the burden to the tax agent. For example, IRC has provided counter one at IRC lodgement area to serve the interest of taxpayers who engage tax agent services. So it's a real benefit. The tax agent will take care of your business, including all your taxation affairs. Tax agent will be responsible to provide to IRC the requirements that you as the taxpayer should provide, but except for your liabilities. We are not responsible for your liabilities. Right. Okay, in the discussion papers 146 in January 2016, National Research Institute highlighted or identified the challenges for the SMEs in the following areas back then, and they were access to finance, financial literacy and financial inclusion, access to technology, technological transfer and industry linkages, human resource management and training issues, information communication technology issues, regulatory issues and administrative burden on SMEs, access to and availability of commercial land, access to local and regional markets, access to international markets, utilities infrastructure, law and order issues, indigenous SMEs, and involvement of women and youth and disadvantaged groups. These were development agendas identified that led in the SME area. So in the last 5 years, the government has been working hard to improve and to deliver these two important development agendas, which are access to finance, financial literacy, and financial inclusions, and regulations issues and administration burden on SMEs. As efforts continue to improve the 10 development agendas listed through its development partners and government agencies, the government is continuing its efforts to develop the SMEs, identified challenging areas. They are already creating the opportunity for us, the SME, MSME, business organization and owners to step up and aggressively make use of that opportunity. I commend our Prime Minister and his government for making this avenue possible. As he states it in his slogan, Take Back PNG. Taking back PNG. We have our own interpretations. So how do we take back PNG? In my interpretation as a tax agent of this slogan is, we have been told by the government of the day that it is committed and has invested money into commercial banks for SMEs in order to fulfill the efforts of the development agendas of SMEs having access to finance, financial literacy, and financial inclusions in order to boost the SME sector of the economy. Our meeting today and for the last 3 days have been surrounded in the area and around the development agendas of SMEs, having access to finance, financial literacy, and financial inclusions, including easing of the administration burdens on SMEs. The flip side of it is, as a response to the government of the day, will be the prudent management of the government's assistance packages to the SME via commercial banks. What are the professional expectations and criteria of these stakeholders, such as our financial institutions, commercial banks, and other government agencies? Take, for example, an SME customer applies for a loan of 100,000 and a business loan at BSP SME and receives the proceeds of the loan, then spends it on his customary obligations, such as bride price a week later. Do you think this concept serves the interest of the SME sector? No, definitely no. It's killing the SME. PNG is known for such so-called business transactions. Right. As SME, MSME owners, what are your priority areas we should focus on to continue to grow our businesses? Right. We are not going to pluck the numbers out of the sky or falsify our returns or financial reports in order to achieve our business goals. Record keeping is a very important and fundamental part of running a business. You miss a talking all white man tradition, culture, custom. SME is a white man culture. So we have to be professional. You have learned that for MSME, you keep your record for 3 years. And for SMEs, companies for 7 years at least. By 2025, IRC becomes robust, modern, and tax efficient tax administrator. And that's 3 years from now. 2025 is 3 years away. Our good commissioner is working hard to modernize, simplify tax administration with efficiency so that we business owners from MSME and SMEs comply with tax. Grow the SME sector, grow the economy, and empower our ordinary Papua New Guineans. They become businessmen and women. Just like the Chinese, Asians, or white man. Huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you DO Business Consultants with its services. DO in Motu, I'm from Central, I come from Gaira Village. I'm I'm the principal owner. My name is Alexander Dogo, principal owner of Dio Business Consultants. I started the business 7 years ago. The meaning Dio is in Motu language. It's descend. Descend in Motu, come down or migrate. Uh, I hail from the major clan of Gaira village is Gabada clan. Because my ancestors were never satisfied with the equal distribution of wealth. They had to move away from that clan. So we want equal distribution. We don't want to be marginalized, right? So that's where Dio comes from. So Dio is a registered tax agent with IRC since 2015. The accomplishments as the principal have 19 years of hands-on PNG taxation practice with various industries. I'm a certified registered member of the CPA PNG. Practical 19 years of practical accounting and advisory experience with various multinational companies, industries, organizations. I have a bachelor's degree and a diploma in commerce from Papua New Guinea University of Technology. Extra 1 year experience as a financial project consultant with Lear Mining Association Incorporated, performing design of accounting systems, processes, process write-ups, including design of management information systems for the management of land. Hello. Royalties and payouts in accordance to New Ireland provincial and Nimamar LLG policies on financial independence and wealth for its citizens. Well vested in understanding of clients' business and industry management controls and identifying areas of business. Business risks to improve efficiency and profitability of clients' overall business operations. Have experience in planning and performing accounting and taxation engagements. That includes a number of major companies in PNG, from banking to mining, agriculture, manufacturing, logistics, transport, merchandising, public sector accounting, and regulatory compliance work. So Dio is a local firm owned and operated in Papua New Guinea, registered with IPA in July 2015 under the Business Names Act, and consists of local consultants in taxation, accounting, bookkeeping, business advisory, and management of businesses. Our expertise is in taxation with an invaluable experience in the area of both financial and business management accounting, PNG taxation, backed by love of learning and vibrant understanding of international financial reporting standards, accounting standards, solid PNG tax laws, which prepares us for any given project ranging from bookkeeping to statutory financial statement preparation for audits, advisory projects, tax accounting, general business matters. With our broad experience, we are confident that we will contribute reasonably to your organization in so many innovative ways. And persuasive communication is the key attribute we have developed over the years whilst dealing with different levels of people in various industries across Papua New Guinea. Our professional team is required to understand the community it is placed at different times and required need of their business with added flexibility as true Papua New Guinean team with vested cultures and the demands and challenges surrounding our economy as a whole. We therefore avail the quality of this firm to meet expectations and deliver professional service that you would require. So our line of professional services that we render ranges from a wide variety of professional service in taxation. Taxation services, we assist with TIN registration, assist SMEs comply with the monthly GSTs, credit refunds, applications. SME, we assist SMEs comply with all forms of salary and wages returns, tax returns, assist with personal income tax returns individuals, and with the latest tax regime, SBT, the small business tax. And also including the corporate income tax, the company tax, and other taxation affairs as required and expected by businesses. In our bookkeeping and accounting function, bookkeeping and related functions assist SMEs with cash book reporting. SMEs professionals have the ability to collect the information, source information from basic transactions to constructing key accounts with chart of accounts and account reconciliations, which support the general ledgers that further links numbers to the trial balance. The basis and foundation of a financial statement is balancing the books from the very basic transactions. So, which is the norm in accounting cycle. Assets equals liabilities plus the capital or the owner's equity, which forms the integral part of the accounting cycle. So, your SME can be tailored to get reports such as your cash book, balance sheet, P&L, and the cash flows. We ensure the Internal Accounting Standards 1.15, the financial statements, is presented fairly, the financial position, financial performance, and cash flows for fair presentation, which requires the faithful representation of the effects of transactions, other events, and conditions in accordance with the definitions and recognition criteria for assets, liabilities, income, and expenses set out in the conceptual frameworks for financial reporting framework, or the IFRS, with additional disclosures when necessary, is presumed to result in financial statements that achieve a fair presentation. So our accounting consultants have a very solid understanding of the international accounting standards and international financial reporting standards. These are international standards that you comply with, daily business transaction, to ensure preparation of financial statements meet the complete requirements of these standards. This expertise is applied on a range of key accounting areas, such as, but not limited to. So in the general purpose financial statement preparation, financial statements of a company or a business are required to be prepared in accordance with the IFRS, which is adopted by the standard boards of PNG and the requirements of PNG Companies Act 1997. In our some of our disclosure requirements and risk management, disclosures of key financial and non-financial information is the integral part of the financial statement. Therefore, as a minimum, following specific required key disclosures in the notes forming part of the financial statements, which is in accordance with International Accounting Standards 1.78. 1. Items of property, plant and equipment, disaggregated into classes in accordance with the International Accounting Standards 16. Receivables, accounts receivables, disaggregated into amounts receivables from trade customers, receivables from related parties, prepayments, and other amounts. Inventories subclassified in accordance with IAS 2 into classifications such as merchandise, production supplies, materials, work in progress, and finished goods. Provisions disaggregated into provisions for employee benefits and other items. Equity capital and reserves disaggregated into various classes such as prepaid in capital, paid in capital, share premium, and reserves. On our risk management, analyzing key risks associated with business activities that expose it to a variety of financial risks, including effects of changes in the market prices, foreign currency exchange rates, and interest rates. Our firm will ensure while compiling to disclose in the financial statements to monitor these financial risks and seek to minimize the potential adverse effects on the financial performance of the company. So when we come to compiling special purpose financial reports, these are financial reports that the banks requires. So when you're going out to get those loans, company loans, the banks will ask you those informations. Which information is the correct information for you to supply to the banks and commercial financial institutions so that you can get a loan quick time. Okay, yeah. So we also assist SMEs with fixed assets registry maintenance, accounting processes, procedures, and workflows, bank reconciliations on a timely basis, and like I mentioned, proposals to acquire business financing with financial institutions and commercial banks. We have a product which we haven't rolled out yet. We will soon roll out, which is the management of the human resources, which includes employee recruitment, training and development, performance appraisal, and rewarding, managing salaries and wages and the staff benefits, but we haven't rolled it out. Yeah. So on the advisory and investment strategic advice, DBC's potential is in this area. In this area is that the firm already has the technical and professional know-how and appropriate expertise required to deliver across various business and industries. Our professionals' experience are built on its core principles, which include systems and processes review, setting up policies and procedures, setting up accounting policies and procedures manuals, making recommendations for improvements based on key risk factors identified within any organization. Our firm has a background that is centered on analyzing commercial transactions and making decisions according to contract compliance requirements in line with generally accepted accounting financial reporting frameworks, laws, and regulations requirements. That is why our firm's strategic advice service built on core principles to provide technical insights that add value to our client. Our firm also does cash flows and financial forecasts that is tailored to client specification. Under business advisory, our firm will deliver to your clientele need a cutting-edge assessment of its technology in processing and management information reporting systems to ensure a concept of governance is maintained. Client is kept abreast with the constant changing business modules in the changing globalization. Client is given the advantage to expand its reporting objectives to include internal and external financial and non-financial reporting and risk of fraudulent transactions with its relationship with internal controls is emphasized by assessments and controls. So under our general business consultancy, DO Business Consultants believes in its core 7 golden principles. Unfortunately, I didn't put that up in the slides. The firm's vision is in forming a quality professional service in a proactive way, 7 principles, enhancing quality service to the businesses community, motivated to serve, constant innovation, flexibility. I like the flexibility because we are flexible in our pricing. We have one talk pricing. I'll come to that later. Attention to detail, understanding of the client needs, and serving the community, Papua New Guinea. In our quality focus, our firm believes in integrity and is transparent about processes that comes after. It's professional services that are delivered to its clients so that the client must have that absolute confidence with us and the quality of professional services that are provided. So at our firm, quality is branded to be second to none because it is the most important attribute that comes with its professionals at DBC. For the benefit of our clients, quality guidelines describe, focus, and enhance our services to our clients. Key to maintaining quality at all levels at our firm comes in two phases. DBC will bring to your doors the most up-to-date and accurate technical solutions together with financial expertise, capabilities of solving complex issues and delivering valued insights. And second, DBC will understand your business key issues that are critical to your operations as it is part of service delivery. So we believe in our accountant's code of ethics, professional code of ethics and information confidentiality requirements, which is in accordance to International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants and our local professional bodies such as the Certified Practicing Accountants, the DBC acts with integrity in all circumstances when dealing with its clients all across various businesses at large, starting from MSMEs to SMEs and up. So the business consultant is guided and bounded by these standards to protect and maintain the code of ethics in its relationship with all its clients. We focus on client information confidentiality. It's founded in accordance with ISAB section 140.1. The principle of confidentiality imposes an obligation on all professional accountants to refrain from disclosing outside the firm or employing organization confidentiality information acquired as a result of professional and business relationship without proper and specific authority, unless there is a legal or professional right or duty to disclose. With this, I would like to thank IRC in its efforts to support MSME, SMEs in such events and to give us the tax agents and professionals to share and uphold your vision 2025 of becoming a robust, modern, and tax efficient tax administrator. Can I come back to our fee structure, the very important part of my business? For MSMEs, consultation fee is 50 kina. Medium enterprises, 100 kina. Large enterprises, 200 kina. We offer a client opportunity to give us, you have to give us a budget. We offer you, or we also offer a one-talk pricing. Billable invoices prices depends on the actual time spent on the size of the business. The prices are negotiable. Our office location is at the Glory Estate, 8 Mile. You all been to 8 Mile? Who hasn't been to 8 Mile? Okay, it's next to the Phoenix Apartments, inside the Center for Arts and Innovation Building Complex, We share an office space there. Our partnership statement with IRC, we strive to uphold IRC's 2025 vision of becoming a robust, modern, and tax-efficient tax administrator. Thank you all, and Bamauta.
Thank you. Python One Plan, Ken, Mr. Dogo, Principal for DHO Business Consultants. Also, me talk Pinis, na you me talk thank you, representing our tax agents. IRC, again, nobody acts on our behalf except for our registered tax agents. Mipla luksavelo work blol. So any middleman, sometimes by you animal somebody is acting on your behalf and comes to the IRC, no, we will not give you that information. Or why are you acting on behalf? Unless, as we went through the registration process, you nominate that person as your public officer. But tax agents, yes, we have registered tax agents there that once you're represented by a tax agent, all your dealings, deal want them. Tax agent blow you. Many of the tax agents are small MSMEs just like you. They understand your struggle. DHO's one talk price looks good. Sometimes in Milwaukee business go, you will find that in the MSME sometimes there's a lot of things happening, and you cannot be at all the places at one time. Even sometimes the time due date come to, you find that or you have received date finish because you're probably attending a meeting somewhere. So that's where all call registered all tax agents blah 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 all can come in, offer him all one talk price, you plan, you help another MSME out. So thank you. We will move on to, and if someone is in here that has the expertise, and especially is a certified practicing accountant, we have what we call a tax agent liaison group within the IRC that is started by, I think, Miss Dorothy Sony, so Miss Sony. They will assist you through the process of registering and becoming a registered tax agent with us. Our next presenter will be our friend from Number One Super. He is the Business Development Officer, Mr. Mark Nimboningi. Please make him feel welcome. Member Tok Tok Lo Side Blow Number One Super. One product all offer him in the space blow Yumilo MSME, and then we'll take our break again for lunch. Thank you, team.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, IRC, for giving Number One Super the opportunity to present. Okay, my presentation this morning will look at the history of the fund. Then we look at the structure of Number One Super. Then we'll touch on the products and services. A little bit of history of the fund. Number One Super actually started in 1962 as a one-man operation, receiving voluntary contributions from public servants. Then in 1991, we actually became the Public Officers Superannuation Fund, or POSF, and then it was mandatory for all public servants to contribute to super. Sorry, excuse me, the slides.
slide back up. This is for the other trainer, so I'm very sorry.
No worries. Okay, we'll just take 2 minutes break.
Always let them know. Kindly give us 2-3 minutes. This is not his presentation. This was the one for the morning, so apologies. We'll have the team at the back just fix it. Should not take long. They insert the flash drive back and get his correct presentation on. Apologies. I'd like to take a seat. While they get that sorted out, apologies, but I think we've sort of come to order of the presentation. Some of our presenters could not present in the morning. They'll probably join us after lunch or later on. So for that matter, apologies if we mixed up the presentations, but so far so good. I don't think I ever really acknowledged the events people here, Pasco events, for a job well done so far. They've organized the place nicely for us. Antaplo here, and they're also, live streaming. IRC has utilized their services so that even our viewers, as again, that are not present here, are able to view that, the recordings, all of those. The events people at Pasco have sort of done that and assisted IRC greatly in our endeavor to reach so many people or the other audience as well. So thank you for that. I think on that note too, the catering people have done a great job too. We have been well fed in the mornings and during lunchtime, and we sleep in the afternoons. No, we should be good to go now. Thank you for bearing with us. We'll get us something non of gostreta. Thank you, Lowan Bell Blue. If we can kindly have you up again. And like I said yesterday, even though this is like a formal setting, informal, formal. Feel free, present that too. Thank you.
Thank you. Morning once again. Okay, and once again, thank you so much to IRC for giving us this opportunity to present. So my presentation for this morning will look at the little bit of history about Number One Super. Then we'll touch on to the structure of the fund. Then we'll talk about our products and services that we can offer. Okay. We started off actually in 1962 as a one-man operation, basically voluntary contributions for public servants. Then in 1991, we became the Public Officers Superannuation Fund, or POSF, and it was mandatory for all public servants to contribute to POSF at that time. Then in 2000, when the Superannuation General Provision Act was enacted, POSF was given the opportunity to now extend the superannuation service to the private sector as well. Therefore, in 2007, we actually rebranded to Number One Super. So please, I know there's a lot of members that come in and say that we still call us POSF. We're no more called POSF. We're known as Number One Super, because now we have the private sector as well contributing to Number One Super, and the likes of Kina Bank and Papindo contribute to the fund. So actually this year we are 60 years operating as the largest superannuation fund in the country. We have more than 150 staff throughout the country and a net asset of around 8.8 billion kina. Our vision at Number One Super is to be the best superannuation fund for Papua New Guinea, serving our members and living global standards. And our mission is to help our members achieve the best retirement outcome. Our corporate values are collaboration, openness, trust, and innovation. Our governance model is actually derived from the Superannuation General Provision Act, where our director sits as a corporate trustee, and we have a licensed fund administrator, which is Kina Investment Superannuation Services, and a licensed investment manager, Kina Funds Management. Bank of PNG sits as our regulator. Namun Super is an accumulation fund, meaning members contribute to a pool of funds where we use it to invest and pay a return back to our members. This is the current composition of our board. So we have Mr. Reginald Munagi as our board chairman. A deputy chairperson is Dame Meg Taylor, and we have two new directors now on the board. We have Dennis Yaguru and Mr. Michael Uyari. The purpose of superannuation. The primary objective of superannuation is to create wealth for members to enjoy a reasonable standard of living after retirement. And retirement is a period when you no longer have a formal employment. You no longer rely on your fortnightly salary to keep you going or maintain your living. And it's a time when you actually rely on your savings to maintain your daily expense. Eligibility to contribute to super. So to be eligible to contribute to an authorized superannuation fund, number one, you must be working in a private or public sector, employed for a period of more than 3 months. So please take note of this. And it's compulsory for organizations employing more than 15 staff. Okay. And regardless of your employment status, whether you're casual, ancillary staff, or a contract officer. Our next slide is basically talks about how members contribute to an authorized superannuation fund. So every fortnight we have 6%, a member contributes 6% of their gross salary to super. The employer contributes an 8.4% portion of the gross salary to super. And it also, there's also voluntary contributions from member and employer voluntary contributions that come as contributions to super on a fortnightly basis. All those contributions are then put in a investment pool where the investment team then invest the contributions of the members through various investments. Then at the end of the financial year, a return is paid to the members' account. Our members can access their superannuation funds through normal exits, medical exits, if you're immigrating to another country, partial access through unemployment, and partial access through housing advance. Criteria for a normal exit would be at least 55 years of age and have completed 25 years of service. For disciplinary forces, that's the police, CIS, and fire, at least 50 years of age or completed 20 years of service. And for the unemployment benefits would be 3 months of unemployment, then you can have access to your super. Next is the text on withdrawals. Please take note that only the employer and the accumulated interest is taxed once a member exits the fund. For the employee or the member contribution and voluntary, it's tax-free. And if you, the member, is contributing less than 5 years and you wish to withdraw your savings, you'll be actually taxed at the marginal tax rates. So please take note of that. If you have been contributing for more than 15 years, 2% tax TASOL. So what is this tax table telling us? Sorry, the next slide. The tax table is telling us that the longer you save with super, the less tax you pay. Just give a highlight of our performance from last year. We made a net profit of around 526 million kina. We declared a crediting rate of 6.5%. And as I stated earlier on, our fund now sits at 8.8 billion kina in terms of its net asset alone. So we're the largest superannuation fund in the country. And we have over 200,000 plus members contributing to the fund. This is just a highlight of our investment portfolio. We have invested members' funds in PNG listed equities. Examples are BSP Bank, Credit Corp. PNG unlisted equities, the famous one is Paradise Foods, which Number One Super owns 100% of. PNG Properties, IRC actually rents a building that's owned by Number One Super. And we have international investments, cash, and fixed assets at Reserve Bank of PNG. So just a highlight of our investment portfolio. Properties, just to give you a highlight of our property investments. There you have the IRC building there. We have the new Deloitte House, where the old House of Assembly was. That's actually our headquarters there. And we have Vulupindi House. So Vulupindi House is also owned 100% by Number One Super. And within the precinct, the Old Parliament House precinct, we have, again, the headquarters, Deloitte House. We have the Crown Residence and the penthouse as well. So those are some investments in terms of properties here in Moresby. In Ley, we have the Number One Super House and Morobe House. So this is a photograph of the penthouse and the Crown Residence. So please, members of Number One Super, if you're a member of Number One Super and you are here in Moresby on business travel, please come and stay at the Crown Residence. Big Blamoni Thomas. This is our latest property development that is already opened. That's a Range View Plaza and Apartments. So that's directly opposite Vision City. Have you been around Waigani and seen a new building on the left-hand side next to the City Hall? That's the Range View Plaza and Apartments. So please drop by and at least pay a visit to that latest development. These are some of the brands that we own. As I stated earlier on, Paradise Foods. So please, if you're a member of Number One Super sitting in the audience, I encourage you to buy Paradise biscuits and Paradise products. So at the end of the financial year, when they give a return back to Number One Super, then we pay it to you all members. So please, Paradise Foods, SP with SP Brewery as well. Please drink responsibly. Let me not go too much on that. And yes, as I stated earlier on, BSP and Credit Corp, and the list goes on. So just to give you a glance of some of our investments. In terms of products and services, sorry, time is also catching up. That's why I'm going through quickly. In terms of our products and services, this is the most important part of the presentation. Please take note. We have a product called voluntary contributions. So with voluntary contributions, as I stated, the mandatory or the compulsory contributions for a member is 6% of your gross salary per fortnight. You can increase that up to a full 15%. Okay. And that will come in handy when you want to access our product called Housing Advance, which I'll discuss in the next slide. We have around 30,000 plus members that are now doing voluntary contribution to the fund, and a net asset around 243 million along. That's the extra contributions that's coming in through voluntary. If you want to sign up for the voluntary contribution, you can download the form from the Namun Super website. Fill the form up and actually give it to your HR or payroll to start the deduction. Don't bring that form to Namun Super. Take it to your HR. We don't control your payroll. The next product is Housing Advance. So as I stated, if you do voluntary contribution, the extra, it also helps with Housing Advance. With Housing Advance, you have to be a contributing member for more than 5 years. Okay, and so you will then have access to your own contribution, your mandatory contribution, and your voluntary contribution as well to have access to build, renovate, or construct your house. But please take note, number one, Super will only entertain applications, number one, with a clear title that's under your name. And we also have one for the customary land ownership as well, but that has to be a customary land that's owned by you. You have to do an additional 2% deduction prior to applying for the Housing Advance so that you can restore your savings that you have taken out. Remember, it's an advance, it's not a loan, because loan is something that you pay back with interest. Further to that, if you are a member of another superannuation fund, let's say previously, and you've been contributing, let's say for the last 2 years, and now you're a member of Number One Super, let's say for 2 years you've been contributing with us. If you wish to take out a housing advance, what you do is you transfer your funds from the other super fund to us, and then so that eligibility as well can come over, and then you will be eligible for the 5 years. Okay. Our next product is Choice Super. So this product is targeting SMEs who wish to contribute to Super but do not meet the minimum requirements. So you contribute to Choice Super. So currently we have around 19,000 plus SMEs, individuals out there contributing to Choice Super. Okay. And we have almost 10 million plus in terms of total contributions. And this is open to, again, the SMEs. We have also extended that to the oil palm growers as well, the individual farmers out there, cocoa, copra, the list goes on, PNB bus owners, taxi, and the list goes on. So we currently in partnership with MyBank in terms of onboarding members for Choice Super and also for the remittance of their contribution as well. And also with BSP, we use the BSP platform as well for members to do their contribution. So if you have access to the mobile banking or to the internet banking, we have the Choice Super option on that. So we have application forms that are out at our booth. After the session or during lunch, you can actually come by the booth and pick up an application form. You have access to all the products and services of Number One Super. Okay. But your contribution will be on voluntary basis. And the minimum to open an account for Choice Super is 20 kina. Next slide. Our next product is the retirement savings account. So the retirement savings account is for those members who are exiting from number one super and wish to leave a certain portion of their contribution to the fund excuse me, so that we can also pay an interest and then they can have the flexibility of having access to their funds. So with RSA, the minimum to contribute to RSA is 10,000 kina and the maximum is 250,000. So this product is doing well with a lot of public servants who are exiting the fund. They have actually rolled over a good amount of portion to the fund because they see that if they take out most of their super savings, they tend to squander that and it's been used up. So at least some of that portion rolled over and it stays in the fund. We help them to manage that and also pay them the same interest as all our members. So we have free counseling sessions for these. If you're a member of the fund and you're thinking of exiting, please come by and we'll do a free counseling session with you so that you can understand the product fully. And then when you exit, you can actually nominate a portion to be left in the fund to be managed. You can have access to those funds as well, your RSA account on a part withdrawal basis, or you can actually tell Number One Super and say, look, I want to have like a fortnightly payment paid to me. We can also do that as well through your RSA account. The next one is actually a service that we give to our members. It's the number one discount program partnership that we have with over 160 discount partners throughout the country. This is the famous service that most of our members enjoy. So once you become a member of the fund, we actually give you a membership card. So the membership card does two important roles. Number one, it identifies you as a member. The other is you have access to the number one discount program. So with the number one discount program, the most famous discount partner is Brian Bell. You go to Brian Bell, you show your membership card and get 15% discount. During the course of the year, they do also have the double discount program as well, where members are given 30% discounts. Okay. Our latest discount partners are PNG Air that have actually renewed. So if you're traveling to a destination in Papua New Guinea where it's serviced by PNG Air, show your membership card at the ticketing office. Once you purchase, they will actually give you a 50 kina discount. And Holiday Inn also has renewed their partnership. So with Holiday Inn, if you wish to stay at Holiday Inn for the weekend, example, show your membership card, they'll take 20% off accommodation. And 15% is the discount for beverages and food. Okay. We also have an interesting service that we currently now offer to our members, which is the free financial literacy training. So when you become a member of the fund, you can also have access to the service for the financial literacy service, where we have 5 modules that our members go through, and at the end we issue you a a certificate. So that certificate is given to you and it's certified by Number One Super. And at the moment, we're currently having trainings around the country. Right now, as I speak, at our headquarters, we have the police department personnel that are actually undergoing this training. So it's free of charge, no cost to the member. Okay. So what we're doing at the moment is we are liaising with the employer groups to nominate a time at their convenience, and we facilitate the financial literacy training program. So it's no charge, it's free of charge to our members. Moving on, we have digital services. With our digital services, we have the application form that you can apply to access your member accounts online. So you can print your statements, you can see your beneficiaries, your transaction history as well. So with this service, it's really efficient and good. We just want members to now move away from that traditional notion of going into the branches to get statements and just have that access at their fingertips. So with the introduction of smartphones now in the country, um, members can now have access to the internet. You please sign up for the digital services so that you can access your statement. We also have the smart app as well. You can download it from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store as well to access your service. We're located around the country, 22 locations or branches in the country. The latest one we opened, the latest branch is Maprik in the Isipik province. And in terms of Jiwaka and Hela, unfortunately, we don't have a presence there at the moment, but you can always have access to the branch up in Mendi or even come down to Hagen as well. And Jiwaka obviously is closer to Hagen to access the service in terms of our branches. If you wish to contact Number One Super, number one, you can either come into our branches or call our call center on 1801599 or our website, that's numberonesuper.com.pg, Facebook page, or our email, that's callcenter@numberonesuper.com.pg. And I take note that there is good number of SMEs now in the audience. We have a booth out there, so please come by the booth so we can give you a new employer pack so that you can at least make the right decision to save with us so that your employees can enjoy a good standard of living during retirement. With that, thank you so much, IRC, for the opportunity. Yes. And I'll open for questions. Please, questions will restrict questions to our products and services. If you have any complaints or if you have any issues or just a personal inquiry, come to our booth. Thank you.
Should be having questions? Good information.
Thank you.
Thank you. A very good and informative presentation from Number One Super. I think plant is something you mean or seven and now you may clear along him. Okay, very good. So I hope you took note of the eligibility. Yeah. Now I mean all big plural company that's all. Once even in the MSME, time you register in business now you operate and you have workers, you are the employer now. Choice Super would be a very suitable one for small business like people like us. So please take the time after this, visit them. Think they've done a wonderful job to being outside. Molushim ID cards for those members. Plantemi plakisimol ID cards, blooming photo now and ID cards the next day. Mobile phones. Past time the traditional way of fronting up with them, you mean like bank, not bank statements, but super statements. Now you can have access to those on the phone. So as small business owners, you can explore those options. Now even all staff, one or two Walkman Meriblo, you can enjoy that as well and see that on their phones. Once again, we talk thank you, Law Number One Super through Presenter Plan Officer, Business Development Officer, Mr. Mark Nimboningi. Thank you. Information is clear. It's 12:30 now. So Bayumi Kisim lunch break Bloyumi. Yumi come back after lunch, and again me talk thank you all viewers Bloyumi, those that are watching virtually within the country and overseas as well. Thank you too to the commission for giving us this opportunity. Yeah, Bloyumi come line implant is something. After the break, the lunch break, we'll have presenters from the IRC come present, and then concluding, we'll have our Commissioner for Services. She'll conclude in the afternoon. So again, after lunch, we'll have the delayed presentation of presenters, payment plans, when you do default, penalties, how many plug and you, the famous certificate of compliance, which industries would be eligible to must provide a COC to the paying authority, how you can apply for a tax clearance certificate when wanting to pay for your supplies from overseas to come, and in the event that IRC issues an assessment to you, I am defaulting, you go 10,000 and you do not agree, you say no, it should be 3,000. Those processes would be explained after lunch. So again, 3 o'clock tea break, Blue we brought it forward to lunch, so you may all get a break one time. Thank you. Thank you.